Dear St. Andrew brothers and sisters, for the many of you that I have still not yet had the chance to meet, I'm Josh Amerson, your new senior pastor. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here as a part of this wonderful community and to get started on the ministry into which God is calling all of us together. However, I can't think of a more challenging situation for building a new relationship than the one in which we find ourselves today. Self-quarantine, social distancing, and the suspension of our common life together as the church are experiences I know we can't wait to put behind us. I've heard from several of you how great it was to be able to worship in person these past 2 Sundays after almost 4 months of being apart. There's no question that God intends for the body of Christ to be together as often as possible, and I'm so glad to know that Mac Riley was able to have at least one final service of worship with many of you before his retirement. Unfortunately, as of this coming Sunday, July 12th, St. Andrew will be resuming worship online only. Our Bishop, Sue Halbert Johnson, informed us that churches in counties exhibiting a spike in COVID-19 positive cases and hospitalizations should suspend in-person gatherings of more than 25 people until conditions improve. Cobb County is one of the many across the conference that has seen a remarkable increase in cases and hospitalizations over the past few weeks. Since June 24th, the number of positive cases and hospitalizations in Cobb County have increased 50%. And just yesterday, Cobb County recorded the highest number of positive cases and new hospitalizations of any county in the state. John Wesley's first rule of ministry was to do no harm. And while I certainly join with all of you in feeling the harm of having to worship from home, the potential harm of worshiping together is too great at this point. I have spoken with our clergy, our district superintendent, SPRC co-chairs, lay leader, church council chair, and worship committee chair, and all of us together believe it is in the best interest of the St. Andrew congregation to move back to online worship. I want to take an opportunity to thank our staff and volunteers who worked so hard to make in-person worship happen these past 2 Sundays. It is a blessing to know that when circumstances allow for us to resume regular worship, we have a team in place ready to help us do that safely. The staff and lay leaders will be discussing options for other worship opportunities, perhaps outdoors, maybe indoors in smaller groups. And I will be working to find ways of being able to meet with you on porches and patios so that we can start getting to know one another. In the meantime, I encourage you to be in prayer for me, for your church, and for the Church Universal. There is suffering of all kinds around the world today. And despite the challenges presented by this pandemic, God is still looking to us to be the bearers of healing, hope, joy, and love, and to share the good news of Jesus Christ. May God bless you and keep you. May God keep you safe until that time when we can gather again together here in the sanctuary in his name. Peace be with you.